Welcome to Generation Shadow, the epic supernatural saga that takes you through the entirety of our history.
We're gonna scare the heck out of you.
One nightmare at a time. Ladies and gentlemen.
We're the worst. Sorry about that.
We give everybody one little glass.
One drink.
And it just goes...
This is the 4th episode of our West Virginia 1925 arc. So, the second to last.
The end of the beginning.
Yes. Entitled, You'll Never Leave Colton Alive.
I beg to differ.
Yeah.
I mean, two of us are already dead, so...
Yeah.
I know. Two of you are not leaving Colton alive, so...
We've never had a character die on the show, so I somehow don't believe it.
Well, you're not trying hard enough. I think I've had at least 5 die by now.
Let's see if the folk song is true. I'll do a quick recap, but first, let's introduce our characters. So we'll start. Marvin, I want to know who you are playing, and what their vibe is as this epic Union company struggle nears its conclusion.
Alright. Well, hi, I'm Marvin, and I'm going to be playing the scholar Montolio E. Gantre. Kind of a arcane mercenary, and also an overall scumbag.
I was like, yeah, that's not... When you said mercenary, I was gonna be like, that's one word for it, and I was like, oh wait, no, you gotta make the bases covered. Just like the statement there.
So, fun thing, I have one more corruption level to go before he's out. I also have one more general level before I can change playbooks. So now it's for the remainder of this arc. It's a race, yes. A race against time.
Whoa, that's really cool. I mean, you get to decide, like, you want redemption and a new start, or embracing evil and becoming an all-out villain.
Either way, the end is coming for Montolio.
Whoa, I love it. Well, we'll see how that ends up. Next up is Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. By the way, I'm hosting one of the events, or not hosting, I'm DMing at one of the events that Scooter mentioned. That's a New Helvetica game night on July 24th. It's sponsored by the 2 things that are on my purse, Big Brothers Comics and Time to Tabletop. What?
Whoa.
I don't have anything for the brewery itself on the purse. Although this font does look like it might be a Helvetica variant, so, just saying, kids. It's a hell of a font.
It's a great font.
Come out and play D&D with me. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
I might do that, actually.
Yeah.
It'll be an absolute blast. I've heard what she's played before.
These events are always so much fun.
Dance of the Kobolds.
My games are pretty awesome, guys. That is true. I did do a drunken kobold dance in the last game.
It was pretty awesome.
Yep.
So talking about drunken kobold dances, I'm playing the Vermin Rose. I am a zombie. That's not great for me. I am filled with bugs. I'm trying so very hard to die and failing at it. I tracked down the man who was responsible for my death, and instead of killing him, I fell out of the Coney Island steeplechase. So that was not ideal. I can't die. It's awful.
Funny vision.
Oh, and I've eaten a lot of rattlesnakes recently, so I can just barf them at people.
Just walking around sort of rattling in your stomach.
I'm here winking, and I'm wearing sunglasses. Trust me, people, underneath these sunglasses, I totally winked.
No,
Nothing like some snake barking.
She's just sitting there with the eyes wide as she possibly can, just staring intently into the camera.
I'm just doing full Kate Bush eyes under here. If you don't know what that means, ask anybody who's English.
And after the Hounds of Love, let's have Dallas.
Hey, I'm Dallas. I'm playing Mr. Sue. He is a wizard class, and a bit of an old tradesman in several cases. He still loves to dabble in mixing ingredients of extreme potency to increase their potency for maximum explosion. If not, he'll figure out some other way to do it, hopefully. Thanks to last arc, a very massive explosion happened.
Yeah, thanks to me.
Yep.
I brought a bundle of TNT. Dozen sticks, which is a lot.
We sure did blow that up.
We blew up Coney Island, you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Blew it up real good.
Thank you very much.
We blew up a lot. We shot some people. We blew up some stuff.
Yeah.
I really hope that you say, "My name is Sue. How do you do? You're going to die before this is over."
If you teach me that. So we'll see. We'll see.
Next up, Nick.
Yep, I'm Nick, and I am playing as everyone is calling me the
Yes,
ghost of
the
Thomas
ghost
Stratton.
of Thomas.
The ghost.
Ghost of Thomas H. Stratton.
See, it's not Thomas Stratton anymore. It's the ghost.
I know it's
The
come on.
ghost.
It's a term of art, like hot dog. You gotta say the full thing. I've even written into my notes, Ghost of Thomas Stratton each time.
Technically, we should all be carrying around either a banjo or an acoustic
Of course, yeah.
for any time he gets introduced.
Yeah, we gotta.
Just a 15-minute folk song.
And that's my name.
Former coal miner turned ghost, trying to figure out why he's still a ghost. So, yeah.
Looking for a purpose, yeah. And then finally, Patrick.
Hello, I'm Patrick. I am playing Roman Berryessa, the Bureau of Investigation agent who is currently investigating Colton County, specifically the Colton County Union. Other than that, he currently is going by the moniker Valentine DeLuca as he is undercover as Tad's bodyguard.
Yeah, so
Kind-
an
yeah.
enforcer for the
Enforcer hired.
Moonshine Gang.
Yeah. So it's been interesting. I was gonna owe him Tad a debt to get him out of there, but thankfully Montoya took the bullet.
Yeah,
and
stepped in with some memory rewriting.
instead of having me owe a
Took the
debt,
bullet, yeah.
Tad owes him a debt, which is actually more useful, to be honest. Not that Roman's happy about it.
Just had to do it in the scummiest way
You are
possible.
such
yeah,
a
there was some
douche.
cool like.
Yeah, and if
Instead,
you're taking beneficial
I see.
fairy powers, you could use, that without doing anything. You could just cash in the debt, but now, I guess you can drive him crazy without,
I have mind
Might be
control
useful.
and bedlam
See?
and illusions.
Yeah.
Just to recover.
You're the worst.
Yeah.
I can make
Redemption
anyone
or
think
corruption.
anything.
Well, we'll see how that works out. So, as a quick recap, as we
Not
mentioned,
great so far.
last time our heroes traveled to New York City to bring back Tad Howler, who was doing some.
Okay, there.
New York City.
I know, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. Unfortunately, Tad Howler did not make it there. They brought him back as he was trying to make a deal with the company. Delvers Incorporated, the power that is sort of right now engaged in a conflict with the miners, the Colton County Miners Union, which are our rogue scholar and our FBI agents. Sorry, Bureau of Unexplained Phenomenon agent have been asked to
FBI is
investigate.
fine. We all know what that is.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be historically accurate. People are gonna be like, the FBI wasn't officially named that until the 1930s. It was still the Bureau of
Literally like
Information.
5 years later.
Yeah, it's okay. We got
Left
you.
some alternate history.
I know. If you are like a weird G-man who's like very concerned about that, I super apologize. Please do not investigate the show at all. We nothing illegal.
You found some very strange.
Yeah, I know. Do we know? Okay.
Not
Anyhow.
even investment.
Yeah.
Well, I do have that alligator on meth.
Oh no.
Yes! People, stop flushing your mouth
Anyhow.
down the toilets of the alligator sewers.
Oh man, we're from Gator situation.
Did you hear about this?
Alligator situation. I know it's a famous like urban legend.
Not in
So-
Florida.
Oh right. Oh whoa.
Yeah, they're not sewer gators. They're just the gators that live there, and
Yeah.
apparently they're getting a little high on meth right now.
Oh no.
I would not
Wow.
want to deal with that.
I mean, that's a Generation Shadow plot. I think. Right there.
That's your 1970s Miami Vice.
Yeah, you know I gotta do that. That is actually one of the things I had planned as an 80s like Miami Vice
Yes.
kind of neon.
I could put meth alligators in it.
Neon speedboats, coke, and yeah, now magical meth
And
alligators.
literally all of us have to play vampires in that one, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
done with this.
Lots of sunscreen and sunglasses. Okay, so back after that long tangent. So you guys successfully brought Tad Howler back, and you blew up the factory where the golems that are powering the Hammersmith Detective Agency were made, severely hampering the muscle of Delvers Incorporated. Now, everybody has returned to Colton County. You're back in Appalachia. We're going to do kind of some individual scenes, and then bring everybody together for some big scenes at the end. Yeah, so we're going to start kind of go around. We're going to start with Egontre. This is in like a few days have passed since your little New York adventure.
Are we doing our opening moves?
Oh, I totally forgot. You're right. Yes. Let's go backwards. We'll start with Special Agent Barrios.
Oh,
Yeah. No. We should. So,
to too.
for your session intro move, what faction would you like to roll to investigate?
I'm gonna look into the Colton County Union.
Oh, good idea. So that is mortality.
Gotta figure out a reason to investigate.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
Very good.
What I want to do.
Okay, you discover exactly where they're hiding out. It is right now they're in a bunch of like camps and kind of lean-tos, makeshift shelters outside of the Hollow Hill Hauler. They're the idea is they're trying to kind of wait out the company to win the strike.
Okay. Good to know.
And if their location is discovered, that means the gun thugs can attack them and brutally force them back to work. So keeping their location secret is a big deal for them. It's important. All
So
right.
that's my job.
How about the ghost of Thomas Stratton?
So I'm going to investigate night, and because of that, I'm leveling up and taking Link.
Ooh.
And this is sort of a way that I can sort of justify investigating night.
Uh-huh.
Is that I heard rumors that my old Lucky Rabbit's Foot is still kicking around, and it somehow is part of what's keeping me here. So.
The rabbit's foot.
Yes. My lucky, not so lucky rabbit's foot. Plus night. 12.
Not bad. Sweet.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay, so right now, the Moonshine Gang is in. They have thrown in their lot with the Union. The chance of them trying to get one over on Delvers Incorporated or fighting them, or making peace with them, has passed, despite Tad Howler's efforts. So there is now they're in league with the Colton County Miners Union at this point.
Fun times.
How about Mr. Sue?
Can you please repeat that last part about in league with the Colton County Miners?
The Moonshine Gang.
Moonshine Gang.
They're now in league?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody against power at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Speak.
Because I was going to also roll on night just because it's the last one. In all honesty, I don't have any questions for Wild because I never really interact. Power I don't. So I was going to ask what the next move is now that we have Tad back. That was her big.
Yeah.
that was
Gotta
a big concern.
get the kin back.
We got the kin back. So what's the next move? Do we have to worry about Bo at all that we don't know about for any reason?
Okay.
And has Doc Moth foreseen the next move or anything like that?
Okay, give me a roll there.
Ooh.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's an 11.
Ooh, pretty good.
Not a 3.
Okay.
Right. All my openers have been.
I'll see if I
I
can
know.
screw that up.
So you discover, we're all doing pretty. So you discover that Bo probably doesn't have the brains to betray the Moonshine Gang. Not like Tad. Bo is the dumb muscle of the organization. I mean, he'll do what his younger brother tells him, but
Sometimes they can be swayed easily.
yeah, he can be swayed, but he won't go out by himself to seek an alliance with Delvers.
Bo has huge eyebrows.
So you don't got to worry about him.
Okay.
Oh, big old monobrow.
Yeah.
He
I
looks like
imagine that.
Bert, but muscly.
Yeah. But a wolf.
Little wolf.
How about? Oh,
You
any
don't know
other
Bo.
questions there, Mr. Sue?
No, I just I hope now that we're like sort of regrouped and hopefully recovered from the explosions before at home base or home camp to the stills and all that we can finally move forward.
All right. How about the Vermin Rose?
Well, I am going to be investigating Wild with the assistance of the ghost of Mamie Thurman.
Ooh.
Basically, there's been some deals coming and going through for Wild from Power, and she wants to figure out if there's some sort of mole in the town right now who's been like making these deals and like sort of bending the mayor's ear.
Okay. I
There
like
might
that.
not be, but that's what she's trying to figure
Yeah,
out.
let's see. We'll see.
I'm gonna roll on it.
Hey.
Look at
It's
that.
very high. It's
Ooh.
a 13.
Whoa.
You can just tell me she finds out nothing, but hey.
All right, for that, because that is so high, I will say there are always the rumors of informers, undercover agents in these types of
what you're talking about.
organizations. Hollow Hill probably not going to be in there because like everyone kind of knows each other. You know, their families have lived there for a long time. People have like joined in over the years, but
She just figures somebody convinced the mayor to go do scabbing. Like that was just
yeah.
an idea that popped
So
into
if
his
so, if
head.
there is a mole, it's probably going to be found another faction.
Gotcha.
But there very well might be one. You know, unfortunately, there's always willing to be someone who will turn Judas for the right price.
Yeah, that's what she's trying to figure out is if there's a Judas kind of person. in the world
Yeah,
right
probably not in Hollow Hill, but there very well might be another one. All right, how about Egantre?
So last game, I gained the services of a golem, Mr. Steele.
Oh yes.
But after heroically saving the life of Ted Howard, kind of realized having a, very large man made of steel following us around is not a good idea. So I'm gonna try and convince him to have his own life, while still owing me a debt.
I like it.
So,
So power, let's say.
power or wild, since he's not
Oh,
really
you're
feeling
right.
it.
You decide. Whatever works for you.
Well, I need wild to level up, so
All right,
wild
let's try
it
it.
is.
Yeah, wow, because he is a creative.
Nice.
So.
Yeah.
Wow,
Look at that.
14.
Oh,
Look at
those
that.
are
This
good
is
rolls.
you 100%
Yeah.
good rolls.
Oh, this is
These are good
everything's gonna
rolls.
go downhill from this.
Oh, it's awesome.
Thanks, alcohol.
I'm not afraid. It's
I don't know
Odds
if
are
there's any
against
left,
us.
but go get some more. Keep your luck on, kids.
No.
I would say with that high roll, you were able to put a kind of consciousness into this golem, and now Mr. Steele will be sort of like your assistant.
Excellent.
Yeah, and you're dead, so you have this golem you can order around to do stuff. You can write down that he because you're under, I guess, weapons or items that he.
Valet.
Mystical
Yeah,
items.
mystical
valet.
valet. Yeah, he's a magical valet.
It's
Who
Steel
still
Valet.
might technically owe me a debt for being part of the group that killed me.
No problem.
Possibly. So, let's do some kind of individual scenes and then we'll bring everyone together. Let's start with Egantre. You are invited, maybe a few days have passed since your adventure in New York, and you are invited for a little trip down the old fishing hole with Tad Howler.
Oh. Alright. I mean, I did save his life, so this was a coming.
Yeah, I think that's sort of why. So, you head over there, you find him in this secluded clearing with this creek, and he's there putting his fishing pole in the water. Looking a little worse for wear. If you remember, his mother disciplined him for his actions by lopping off his tail.
Yeesh.
Yeah, in a pretty nasty way. So he's looking a little beaten up, lost some fur. But he nods to you as you approach, and he's like, Egantre, I owe you my life.
I know you do.
What you did to me, or what you did for me, pulling me out of there. I owe you everything.
Well, I mean, what would anyone else do, right?
No, that's not so. So many out there would just have turned tail, left me to die. But you,
I know, right?
you saved me.
We're all
So,
just standing there like,
oh no, it's
We're
just
not
him.
individual.
Only Egantre.
I'm looking at my scope, just like God.
So
damn
that
it,
means-
Andre.
I mean, I do have bugs everywhere, so
Oh yeah, you, maybe.
I'm
I
not.
might know about this
I
exchange.
have a high-powered rifle with a scope. I probably see it all.
So my brother, I just gotta ask you this: does that mean that you can trust that I can trust you?
Oh, of course.
All
I
right.
mean, I am the most trustworthy person here. I have not lied a single time of what I'm about.
I'm so glad to hear it. But I gotta ask you this. And he gets real close and kind of peers into the woods and sniffs around to make sure no one's there. You know my good buddy, Valentine DeLuca?
Yeah.
I've been hearing rumors that he ain't what he says he is.
What? What possibly could he be hiding?
What I hear, and there's a reason he's not here and you are, I'm afraid he's a Fed.
You don't say. So I've had my suspicions about him for a while now.
You think he is?
Maybe. I can't really put my head around it, to be honest.
Can I roll with night as a hit the streets to see if any of my bugs are picking up this conversation?
Let's have Egontre do a mislead. See if you can do it. And then, yeah, you can roll with night for that.
I know. So, mislead, distract, and trick.
Yeah, because you are lying. You do know.
That is a 10.
Okay, he's going to buy it.
I've got a 12 on my night roll.
Okay, you probably got a bug somewhere listening in.
Very nice.
So,
I
Tad says...
give a little whistle to imply that a bird is listening in.
Oh, a little bird told me.
Yeah, a little. She likes having her spies so that she can say a little bird.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
she's listening in on all this Fed talk. By the way, she also ruffled up. I am taking more spirit.
Ooh. So Tad says, all right, well, okay, so we gotta do, just gotta kind of cut him out of our operation, investigate him a little bit. If he's a true and good feller there, and not a lying fed rat, he'll be okay. But I gotta look into it, figure out the truth, just to be sure.
I'm sure he'll be fine, at least for a little while.
All right, well, if you say so, because you know I trust you.
Yeah.
Now, I got another kind of question for you. Now, Ma, well, you saw what she did to me, right?
My condolences.
Yeah, thanks.
This independent.
I appreciate it. And all because I'm getting too big for my britches. Like I'm supposed to enjoy chewing tobacco and scratching myself behind the ear with my foot the rest of my days.
Exactly. You want something better than this.
Yeah, you're goddamn
I've got
right.
the
I
same
deserve it.
Feeling.
Yeah. So, Ma, I mean, I love her and she's my own kin and all. But I think when the time comes, I gotta know. You gonna pick her side or my side? Bo, he can probably be swayed. He does what I tell him to. The Moth Man's gonna be a problem. Doc Moth is loyal to Ma. So I'm feeling out. Mr. DeLuca, like I said, I don't know if we can trust him. Sue's crazy, and the Vermin Rose, she just scares me. I don't know which side they'll pick. But you, I gotta know. I think I can trust you. If it comes down to it, will you back me or her?
I do. In order to help you, I am going to need a little something. You know, exchanges of services.
Yeah, that's fair. What do you got in mind?
I need one of those stones. What was his name? E.C. Fields? Yeah.
Ah.
One of those stones he uses. For, you know, my own purposes.
Alright.
I only need one. I believe so.
Well, it's not like he leaves them lying around. As soon as they're dug up, they go straight into his vaults. But I'm sort of in contact with some Delivers Incorporated folks. You know, well, you met him over in New York, Claggett.
Yeah.
I'll talk to him and see what I can do. Maybe we can arrange some sort of a meeting. In the meantime, don't say nothing and keep your ear to the ground, alright?
Don't worry. You can trust me.
Famous last words.
Famous words from
I know, for him. Alright. He trusts you. That mislead roll was it was good. Okay.
Ted Hallow will remember this.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to check in with, or examine, or take care of before we kind of shift the camera to what the Vermin Rose is up to?
Oh, I forgot that my claws are covered in silver.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the bomb.
Yeah, the silver claws.
I actually do got something. He mentioned that one of the stones, or where Fields keeps the stones, is in like a vault or secure location.
Yeah, Field kind of keeps them.
I'm gonna
keeps them
try
close to the vest.
hitting the streets with power and see if I can, scrounge up something about that.
Yeah, okay, makes
Or-
sense.
Or it could be faced to a name. I don't think that would work.
Yeah, I would say hit the streets is more accurate here.
So let's hit streets with power.
Damn.
9 if anyone wants to help.
I can help out.
I am mortality.
All right,
I,
roll the assist.
Yeah, I feel like my character. I feel like Roman definitely would like to know more about what's going on with Delvers too.
Yeah. Besides, we're partners in this, right, buddy?
Unfortunately, so.
Oh no!
That's a,
I guess
that's
you're not
a
getting
5.
that.
I was
All right.
gonna offer to help out, but It's too late.
Sorry.
All right.
I roll with a +2. I just roll a 3.
Dang.
I
Nine's
roll
possible.
badly.
Still,
Sorry about that.
it's alright. Still good.
Let's see.
You're doing a hit the streets, right?
Yeah. So I will say,
Ooh, more cosplay.
maybe I'll say it's like it's with Claggett. What do you think? He's either juggling his own problems, of like he's too busy. He's busy like healing up, and he'll maybe get you the information in the future, or he'll tell you some details, but like he's going to demand a price.
Something along those lines. We're not friendly. He tried killing me. I turned it around and then, suck a bunch of gun-wielding hitman on him.
Okay, here's the price.
Hey,
He's going to want a couple of drops of the red stuff from you.
from me?
Yeah, and that means like once you hit a taste to you, he'll kind of be able to sort of sense where you are. So that's kind of the deal. Yeah. So are you going to give some of his blood? In exchange, he'll tell you what you want to know.
Well, sure.
Okay.
Besides, down low, I don't expect him to be alive much longer anyways.
That does maybe factor into your thinking there. We'll see. But okay, so you drain a little bit. You discover that Field, he has vaults all around, but probably he has this like big old mansion that he built, sort of overlooking like all of Colton County, so you can kind of look down his domain. Like a certain Don Blankenship, who's alive right now in West Virginia. So, he was running for Congress a while ago and did not succeed. Anyway, read about him if you want to see how a true coal operator handles his business. It's not pretty. Anyway, he's got one of those big mansions, heavily guarded, and that's probably where the gems that keep him alive are stored.
Alright, I have a target.
Okay. So,
It's a heist.
so the Vermin Rose.
Yes.
You are. What do you think you're doing on your kind of off time? How does the Vermin Rose occupy
Well,
your days?
mostly I sit in meditation and reach out with my senses to all my spies around.
Oh, okay. So you're kind of just sort of sitting there watching through your thousand eyes.
Yeah.
Slurping up rattlesnakes. Fucking noodles.
The vermin come and go as they please when I'm not controlling them.
Well,
Especially when I'm extending my senses.
you receive a visit from one of those redneck miners, Mr. Charles Everett Lively, who's kind of the leading light
Okay.
in the miners.
Sure. When he knocks on the door, he hears the sound of like, you know, in horror movies where there's like that rattlesnake sound that indicates something is totally evil.
Ooh.
In this case, it's because rattlesnakes are moving back into her body.
Whoa.
But there's like the sound of rattlesnakes and like scuttering and then
Yeah.
she opens up the door. It's like
He's
that
like,
as like one last roach scurries into her mouth.
ma'am,
Yes.
did I come at a bad time?
No, you've come at a perfectly good time.
Oh,
Why don't you
all
come
right.
in, have some tea, have some oolong?
Well, actually, I'm sort of sent to fetch you. Mother Jones over there in the camp, she'd like a word, if you don't mind.
Oh no, I certainly don't mind talking to Mother Jones. She's a very lovely person.
All right, well, I'll guide you over.
Thank you for the guidance.
So he takes you out to the forest next to the town of Hollow Hill.
She, by the way, grabs her cavalry saber and puts it in its sheath
Oh.
before.
Brings the sword along.
Yeah.
And there, in this little ramshackle, hastily built encampment, you find Mother Jones, who's sort of sitting on the other side of the fire pit. She is getting on in years, this white-haired old Irish woman who's been active in the organized labor cause for most of her life. And she beckons you to sit down next to her.
Mother Jones, you calling in your debt with me then?
She's like, I suppose so. Well, maybe there's just someone who has perhaps suffered even more than I have, and I wish to share my sorrows to, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Ask you for some assistance as well.
Certainly, I don't mind. I owe you a debt, and this will clear it, I believe. Yes, let's do that.
Tell me, what do you know about the strike?
What do I know about the strike? The thing I primarily know about the strike is that E.C. Field is trying to make people work in inhumane conditions. And I believe that J. Edgar Hoover might have some interest in what's going on as well, as that there is a federale down here.
I had a feeling there would be. The government always seems to come down on the side of the company in situations like this.
True, I don't know exactly which side he is on, I just know that he is here.
Well, which side are you on as the song goes, and there's only the two of them?
True, but I find that people in that particular position tend to have a little bit of moral flexibility.
We'll have to see. The problem is if these poor fellows around me are pushed to the brink and go over it. They already are. I mean, you mentioned yourself those inhumane conditions. You know, more men died in the mines than all Americans in the Great War. It's more dangerous to be in those mines than it was to be over there in France.
In the defense of the corporation, we did come near the very tail end of that war. I'm sure if you compared it to the number of French people that died, it would be a drop in the bucket.
Oh, true enough. But it seems that the German is the scourge of the world, and yet the company man who sees men die for a few pennies is an innovator and a hero. It's a damn shame.
I will tell you this, Mother Jones. I view there as being nothing more evil than killing people for profit.
Then we are in accord. But here's what troubles me. If these miners are pushed, if there is but perhaps one more thing, a hero of theirs cut down, or an attack on this encampment, some other injustice, they will turn from this peaceful strike to an armed uprising. And, well, I suppose you've read in the papers about what happened in Russia and what so many fear will happen here.
The Tsarist Revolution. Or the revolution against the Tsars. I forget, is it the Orange Revolution? The Bolsheviks?
The Bolsheviks, aye.
Yes, I've read some of them.
So much bloodshed on all the sides there. And I don't know if these miners, if it would spark some uprising like Hoover is so afraid of. Instead, I rather think it would be these miners taking up arms, fighting, and then then the army would come and cut them down, and that would be the end of it. And that's what Field wants. If there's a slaughter here, with the government wielding the guns, then the spirit of the miners could be broken.
That is true. The government would, I'm sure, enjoy sending Pinkertons down here to break everything up if they could.
Exactly. So
we don't want it to end up like the situation in Chicago, for instance.
Oh, yes. So what I'm asking you to do is if they are pushed to the brink, will you help me keep the peace?
How would I, of all people, help anybody keep the peace? That's
Well,
what I'm interested to know.
from what I understand, you can be very convincing in your own way.
My manner of convincing people is to terrify them with the threat of violence and death.
Well, indeed, that's what I wish for these miners to be afraid of. If that stops them from open rebellion and their deaths at the hand of the United States Army, then, well, so be it. But hopefully it won't come to that.
So you want me to go and scare your men a little bit?
Or do whatever you can to keep the peace. If it looks like the situation will turn violent.
It seems to me the best way to keep the peace would be to make sure that this E.C. Field gentleman is out of the equation entirely.
That's a possibility, but...
You don't have to endorse that position or what I
Yes,
expect.
I don't think I do. So, will you stand with me then?
Yes, I don't believe that these miners should be killed by anybody. Unless, of course, one of them ends up being a traitor, in which case I would expect punishment to be severe and swift.
Okay, so she nods to that. And she's like, even then, I'd rather bloodshed be avoided if possible.
I can assure you of this, Mother Jones. There are worse things in this world than death.
Ooh. She's like, well, considering the tragedies that I've suffered, I have to agree. So, is there any other business around Colton County you'd like to take care of?
No, she's not giving out the name of the Fed or anything. She just,
Yeah, I mentioned that it's there. So I think Mother Jones was probably she's been enough of these that she knows there's going to be informers and stuff, but yeah, that's news to her for sure.
Yeah, just letting her know that if things got bad, the feds are definitely going to be showing up. pretty
Yeah.
fast.
And that might come into play a little bit later for a certain Special Agent
I
Berryessa.
know.
So we'll see what happens there. But unless there's anything else you want to...
The only other
Check
thing
in.
that she would want to do is check in with Ma Howler.
Ooh, okay. So we'll do a quick scene there. So you go by.
Do you want me to roll to see if I even get to her, or?
Yeah, let's do a quick hit the streets.
Okay.
What's your goal for my Howler here?
Oh, I'm gonna tell her about her son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'll roll with night. Let's see, I've got a 2 on night, so that's an 8.
Okay, so...
So she could be juggling her own problems, or whatever I need is more costly than anticipate, although all I'm doing is trying to give her information, so I don't.
I will say, maybe you can, like, give her a little bit, but she's, like, overseeing the reconstruction of the stills.
Yeah,
So her attention is going to be a little bit on that. But you can, like, kind of mention the word of it to her, I think.
yeah. All that happens is that a bird flies in
Mm-hmm.
and, like, whispers in her ear.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, what are the exact words that the bird is telling her?
Your son has learned no lesson from getting his tail cut off. He plans to move against you. And then the bird flies away.
Whoa, yeah. Ma is looking pretty miserable at that notion. So, Mr. Sue, as the construction was going on, it is sort of overseen by Doc Moth.
Of course, he's the master brewer, right?
Yeah, and he invites you over for a bit, and then after a little while, he beckons you to go into the woods with him in one of his weird, spindly moth arms.
Are we looking for rare herbs?
He's like, something like that.
Going on a night raid?
You'll see, my old friend.
Can I fly with you? Will you pick me up?
He's like, I've never really tried. These wings, they're mostly for show.
Okay.
This way. So he brings you into the forest there, and he's like, now, you know, I've told you about the visions I get, right? Premonitions and so on.
Of course. You're gifted.
Yeah. Well, I have me another real doozy of a vision.
Please do tell.
Now, I hear you've said that you serve the mountain. You want the mountain to help you. Is that true?
Every day.
Well, what I hear is the mountain calling for help. There's something deep in there, a real special gem. It's like, well, if the mountain was a body, this would be its heart. And that's sort of what I've taken to calling it, the heart of the mountain. And what I saw was a bunch of those Hammersmith men going deep in there, blasting apart some of the rock and hauling out the heart of the mountain.
So I grab a hold of them, I'm like, Doc, I've seen them.
Ah!
A whole army of them.
What?
It's true.
What do you mean?
If they can make an army, they can make another one.
Oh, Lord.
We must stop. But the
You're
mountain,
right.
It has told me nothing.
Well, maybe it was telling me to tell to you. I don't know, a mountain works in mysterious ways, I suppose. So,
Yes. I'm not denying that.
they've given this heart to Mr. Field himself. He's going to try and use it, drain it of its power. He might have already done and siphoned off a little bit, increasing his own power. So, I want you to be on the lookout.
Doc, if there's anything I could ever do, I will.
All right, well, thank you. And that's about all this poor old Mothman can do.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
so
banjo's
about,
drum.
yeah, it's now about the heart of the mountain. I know, this is the Mothman. He couldn't even save that bridge.
Because no one would listen to him. He's a scary monster.
No, poor Mothman.
There was
Well, he's got a friend here, so it's sort of good.
There's one thing I did mean to ask Mother Jones. And
Oh, yeah,
it's before the ending, because we kept talking about death,
yeah.
and she said there are worse things than death. The one thing that my character does ask Mother Jones is, so Mother Jones, are you afraid to die?
She's like, I've buried my husband and all of my children in my time. Why is she have the West Virginia accent? She's Irish. I've buried my husband and my children in my time. There's not much that I'm afraid of after that. I would say I'm afraid of dying with a job left undone. That's what makes me afraid.
Cool. Thank you. I mark 1 redemption.
Yeah, that's I was thinking. I was thinking like because earlier you were like, "Who will have an intimate conversation with this monster?" And I was like, Mother Jones will.
I just remembered like, oh hey, sorry.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that would come up. So thank you.
Yeah, that's why I brought up the death thing, and then I forgot to push it all the way through.
Well.
So.
Unlike in real life, we can always read back and say the stuff we want to in these conversations.
Okay.
Mr. Sue, so you get this kind of warning from Doc Moth. Anything else you would like to work on or prepare?
I would like to see if I can possibly have some tea with Thomas.
Sure.
To prepare. Give him some information. See if he can contact anyone else that I can't get a hold of. You know, supernaturally, to aid us.
Okay.
Sounds like the shit's about to hit the fan soon.
Yeah.
So I'd like to do that and see if I can go to my my sanctum and brew up some more either dynamite
tea.
or some
okay.
or some like possible liquid nitro.
Ooh, right. Well, let's do the ghost meeting first. So, how do you think you would contact him?
Oh, I would just walk around the mountain yelling out, "It's Thomas!"
All right. Well, I want to say it's kind of up to
Time
does Thomas heed those words?
Can he roll on night?
I don't know. I
It's
think
really up to him.
I'm not going to say it's up to Roll. It's up to the ghost of Thomas Stratton if he wants to manifest or not. Yeah.
I would say I'm always around. And I think your character would know that I'm sort of always around and listening at least. So whether I respond will depend on what you say.
Okay. Well, I'll talk absentmindedly about it then, sort of as I'm like preparing.
Kind of talking to yourself.
So yeah, I'll say sort of like, heart of the mountain, in trouble. It's not telling me much. As I'm like sort of doing the process, and then maybe I'll sort of like, well, look for you later after I'm done like explaining it.
Ooh. And is that when the ghost walks in through the wall?
Could you repeat everything you just said? I wasn't listening. I wasn't there.
So the mountain is in trouble, you say? Well, the people I know don't usually think too much about the mountain, as I'm sure you know. We tend to take from the mountain. I can see if anyone would be willing to do something about it, though.
All right, so now you know that information as well.
Mm-hmm.
So now for brewing up some explosives, let's have you roll to use your sanctum.
This is when I roll the best.
Yeah, let's see what happens there.
Come on, keep the streak going.
Look at that.
I'm not saying that from now on.
Ooh, the luck holds.
Heck yeah, that's a 12.
Oh, dang. All right.
No, that's a 13.
Whoa.
That's a lot.
That's a 13.
God damn.
13.
a lot.
Very cool. All right.
What do you roll on for that?
Whatever. Yeah,
Oh,
so.
that's a
That's
14.
14, yeah, sorry.
Whoa. So, like, whatever you want to make, like dynamite, nitro, you got it. You can make, like.
Alright, I would try to make a bundle to replace Valentine.
Okay, you got that. And I say with that good
that
roll.
was fun. And
dynamite bundle,
and then I
you
would
can
like
make something else,
I'd like
too.
to make some really maybe small but like sensitive and powerful like actual like liquid nitro what am I saying? Nitroglycerin.
Ooh,
Like
okay.
the pure stuff. Something I can handle more without having to light, and maybe just if I'm careful enough, keep it on me and then throw
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can stand.
Is it like.
Explosion.
Yeah, is it like. You're like set up in like a test tube kind of thing, or.
Yeah, maybe something that's like a test tube / thermos. like double walled or something like that, for a little bit of cushion, but of course on an impact, nitroglycerin is
Oh,
going to do
sure.
this job.
Yeah.
Prevent heart attacks.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
actually.
why
No.
I drop a day.
All right, you've got it.
Still, is it still using this thing?
So, Mr. Stratton, you are actually encounter another spirit as you're sort of zooming around in the sky. Yeah, maybe another ghost pops over next to you. This is the ghost of a murdered woman who has been guarding Hollow Hill Holler for several decades now. She still bears the marks of her demise, which is probably like hatchet related on her body. So
Axeman. I still have bullets.
That's why we
in
get
me,
along so famously.
yeah. Though it was her cruel husband who did her in, which sort of explains why she is like a protector of those who are seeking sanctuary from such that kind of violence in Hollow Hill. So she floats over and is floating alongside you as you cruise through the stratosphere.
Can I help you, ma'am?
She's like, well, what a gentleman you are. As a matter of fact, I think you might. Or maybe I can help you.
Oh.
Are you, trying to phrase this in a way that doesn't sound too weird. You've been dead long?
I wouldn't say that, no, ma'am.
Well, perhaps I can offer you some, a little guidance in the ways of the deceased. Now, it's the way I see it, and there's a few others of our kind that I've met over the years. You got kind of a choice. Some part of you, the reason why you can't move on is there's some part of you, even if you can't quite know what it is, that is keeping you here. So what you can do, you can either seek like hell to remove it and then move on, or make another choice. Give yourself a purpose. And that means you stay on. That's what I've done. It's a painful route. A lot of times you see those that you cared about in your life fade away and move on and die. And you're stuck here, and you see your legacy fade away too. However, you help people, and maybe that's reward enough.
I must say, the only real legacy that I have is my parents, and I don't know how long they would leave around.
Well, so you got the option. Find whatever's keeping you here, the task that needs doing. Complete it, and then move on. And let the circle be unbroken, as the song says. Or just stay here and try your best to help, make things a little better for all those who still draw breath.
Well, I would say if there was anyone that needed help more than that I know of, it would be the miners.
Well, sounds to me like you got a purpose. But don't be surprised when you see whatever help you manage to give them just fade away like the snow when the sun rises.
Wow. Well, give me something to think about at least.
She says, let me give you make another question of you. There's someone else, there's legends amongst our kind of another ghost from way back.
Oh.
One of the most famous and powerful spirits of all. A pirate, if you can believe it.
Well,
A certain Captain Diego Wensley by name.
could I put a face to a name?
I think so. I mean, maybe you heard stories about this guy. I'm sure he's got like Blackbeard, Davy Jones type legends. How do we do
Is
there?
that with Knight, or would it be something else for?
I mean,
for
what was?
Captain?
He changed his faction to Wild.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, so it could be Wild, it could
So
be
there you
Night.
go.
I mean, it kind of opens
It's the same either way.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's a 10.
Nice.
Ooh, okay, cool. Whoa.
Just depends on what you want to mark.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah.
Mm.
It doesn't really matter. I need point.
So, you've dealt with him before in some fashion. Maybe you've, like... I'm going to say you've probably actually seen the ship. Like, floating around through kind of the astral...
Flying Dutchman.
The Flying Dutchman.
Yeah,
The
Flying
Crimson
Dutchman style.
Tide.
The Crimson Tide.
I was going to say Astral Sea, but I think that's a Dungeons & Dragons thing. You know, the astral plane. You've seen it, like, kind of sailing away in the distance there. So you've seen his ship. What was the name of the Sanguine Tide?
The Sanguine
Sanguine
Tide.
Tide, yeah.
Tide. My bad.
Yeah, I got to cast our minds back a little bit.
When you
there.
don't play a character for a while, it kind of...
Yeah.
I've heard that the Crimson Tide comes around once every week.
All right.
Oh, I wanted to make a joke like
Okay.
that's too much. I want to make that exact joke.
Oof.
That's my joke to make.
I know. I just said like that's. I was like, would it be inappropriate for me to make that joke? And then you made it. I'm like, okay, good.
So, Mamie Thurman says, the Sanguine Tide, a ship full of lost souls that travel around, recruiting others to join their crew and helping those that need it.
100 years on the time.
Now, if there's ever a time when some pirates were needed to help come and kick some ass, it would be now. So I'm going to go over and try and find them and bring them to help. What I'd like you to do is stay here and keep an eye on things.
Well, that ship was very interesting when I saw it. Could be very useful.
All right, and you know the importance of bringing it back. So I'll ask you. Mm-hmm. So I'll ask you: will you stay here and look after things while I'm gone, seeking the ship?
I'll do my best.
Ooh, okay. So she can be in your debt if you'd like.
Sure.
Yeah, because you've undertaken that mission for her. And with that, Mamie Thurman flies off into the ether to try and locate the Sanguine Tide. Ghost of Thomas Stratton. Is there anything else you kind of want to do?
Thomas H. Stratton.
Oh, Thomas H. Whoa, you got a middle name.
I joke, but I put that on there.
Ooh.
Kind of messes with the meter of the song.
All right, drop
That's
that.
true.
Lose the H. It's cleaner.
Let me do a little.
I mean,
So I
at
guess
this
it would
point, there's
be-
nobody else in SAG with that name.
It's true.
Yeah. So I guess since I had promised to sort of keep an eye out on the horizon, I guess would that be a hit the streets to see if I can find out information or would it be maybe like a let it out to sort of extend my senses?
Ooh, okay. Yeah, maybe do a let it out, I think, because you're like... Because that one you want to, extend your senses to see what else you can find there.
Dang.
Uh-oh. Not so good?
No, great.
No, that was
Ooh, wow.
There's been a lot of good rolls
Yeah,
tonight.
I know.
Except for me.
I feel like once we hit the combat,
sad part
it's
is
gonna
these aren't
like
my dice.
splat.
Yeah, well, sometimes it goes like
So
that.
that part is I'm rolling all
still
the
got
bad
an
ones,
hour.
and it's gonna turn real bad for me.
Ooh. All right.
No, I mean, only almost all of us know that you're a secret agent. It's-
Yeah, everybody but
Every
everybody but the NPCs.
In your
Well,
conversation with Tad,
speaking
did
of
you give
which-
his last name or
Ted Howard?
no? That when you had your conversation with
No,
Tad,
he did not say
No.
my name.
Oh, okay. He didn't say the name. He just said that there is a.
He acts surprised. Well, he said that that Tad thinks I'm an agent. He was feigned surprise over that.
Okay, but
I'm
thinks that
keeping
you
the
are
secret.
an agent.
Yeah, Tad thinks I'm an agent, but nobody else really knows.
Right.
They just know
So
that
now
there
I
is
know
one.
that Tad thinks that, and I know that your real name's Roman.
Yes, and you know that I am a
Yeah.
Yeah.
special agent.
Yeah. Do I know? I mean, now I know that you're a special agent. I know that before.
Actually, no. I don't think. I think you just know that you had known me as Valentine DeLuca, and then suddenly my name's Roman, apparently.
Right.
Trick or
And now I know that
something.
you're
Yeah.
also a secret agent.
Yeah.
Just finding
very
out things
sheepishly
about
gave
you.
me that bundle too. It was just
Yeah, I'm just like TNT. Great to put in the back of my car. This is gonna be for you, I'm sure.
Hey, undercover agents are made to be found.
secret.
Agent man.
That's all we can say.
Yeah.
What was I gonna? Oh, so Strad, for the ascending your senses, I would say. Okay, so you managed to get a look at Field Manor, this the estate where EC Field is. And you definitely see he's marshaling his forces.
Shit.
Also, he's making a lot of calls to friends, hired guns, the federal government, to bring them all to bear to crush the Union once and for all.
Shit.
So, with that, let's move on to the aforementioned undercover Special Agent Berryessa. What do you think he does on his, I don't know, day off, a little bit of free time?
I've had a lot of time to give this thought. I think first I want to. Simon was an oracle, correct?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
our erstwhile Frenchman. I do hope.
Yes.
I don't know if Austin will make it. My cousin will make it back for the rest of this arc, but I do hope he'll show up again in the show later on.
So I want to. I want to seek out to him and cash in a debt that he owes me.
Ooh.
I want to know what the plans that the Delvers have for their attack on the Union. Because I know one's coming. I don't actually know, but I know one is coming. I mean, it's going to happen. It's bound. That's how these things work.
Okay. All right. I would say he kind of uses his. He delves into the future, has a quick look. He discovers that this is going to sound bizarre, but an attack on them is going to come from the air.
Attacking on the Union from the air.
Yeah. Doesn't make much sense, but that is what he sees.
Oh, that's great information.
Something akin to what airplanes were doing maybe at the end of the Great War.
Yeah. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, but as hard as that can be to imagine on American citizens on American soil.
Unfortunately, I can believe it.
Yeah.
There's some weird people out there.
Hello.
So I'm gonna
Sorry,
say
weird people, not weird zombies. Zombies are always weird. No offense.
Let's avoid the Z word, okay?
Oh. So for a suggestion, I'm gonna say. So what do you think you're doing when you are kind of found by somebody who wishes to have a conversation with you?
I'm probably in the most inopportune time. I'm probably headed in the general direction of the Union camp.
Ooh, okay. By car or just walking, strolling over? Or?
I'll probably going by car.
Okay. Well, as you're cruising along in the Ware Nash, you hear some horns honking behind you, or a horn. You turn around, and there is the Model T, or was it Model A? I'm not sure what car I said he had. It's probably, it's not the fanciest car, but it gets the job done. Of Sheriff Smiling Sid Hatfield.
Hop all over.
And he's like, DeLuca, right?
Yes.
I was, funny you got spotted. I was looking for you.
Good to know.
Yeah,
How can I help you?
Well, I saw you around Ma's place a few times, and I kind of want to get better acquainted.
Of course.
And I say, there's not a better way in hell to get to know a man than squeezing off a couple rounds with him. So, what do you say to a little target practice over there in the woods? I got it all set up for you.
Oh boy.
Sure. Let's go ahead and do this.
All right, you
Now
follow
we
him.
can call it nowadays.
Yeah.
Shoot
All
off
right.
a few rounds at each other.
Yeah. Okay. I was not intending this. Sorry.
So what?
You follow my car, and I'll bring you there.
Right.
Who are you with?
The sheriff.
All right, so Sheriff Hatfield, you follow him out to this kind of clearing where he's got just some cans set up, and like a few repeating rifles and some revolvers and a bunch of cans and bottles and so on set up on some fence posts. And he's knocking back some moonshine. He gives you a repeating rifle, and he's taking out his revolvers and squeezing off some shots and blasting some bottles and just chatting it up. And he says, so DeLuca, I can tell you ain't from around here, a name like that, is that right?
Nope, not from around here. And, how well can you keep a secret?
Well, this was what I was about to ask you, but, what secret are we talking about?
The name is, Roman Berryessa, actually.
Ooh.
And, I was, headed towards your camp to talk to Mother Jones, because, I've got some startling news that I think y'all need to hear.
He thinks about it, and he's like, yeah, I was about to ask you, Berryessa, you would happen to be a Fed, would you?
I put down the rifle. I am, yes.
That's what I thought. The rumors were going around.
Can I roll mortality to see if one of my bugs
You're witnessing this? Sure. Yeah, do it real quick.
A fly on the wall everywhere.
Yeah, or a fly on the wall or a little bird or something.
Well, in this case, it would actually be one of the bugs.
Can I attempt to get in the way and possibly see some?
You're
sort
like
of
just stepping on
no,
everybody.
see some critter trying to acting strangely when we're doing target practice and shoot it.
Oh man,
Fair enough.
you kill. All right, if you roll low, you see you kill an innocent squirrel. So be prepared.
That's a 9 for me.
You beat me. I've got a 7.
All right.
And that drags it down to a failure. So
Yeah.
just look at to mark mortality.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, you blow away a poor innocent rat that was trying to
Oops,
steal
not bad.
sneak a listen.
Sorry about that. I did that was before this conversation happened. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
No, it's fine. Like, you know that she does that.
Oh yeah. It was a weird acted squirrel. I'm like, that's not okay.
Nah.
And you kind of like the idea of it being a squirrel.
Yeah.
So he continues.
That squirrel was acting squirrely.
Oh,
Too squirrely.
it had to go. So he says, so I gotta ask you, lawman to lawman,
Of course.
why do you wear the badge?
Well, specifically, I work with the Bureau of Unexplained Phenomena. During the Great War, I came across some werewolves, a group called the Howling Hussars. Somehow I survived. Some of them did, some of them didn't. The people that I with did not, though. I came home, joined up with the Bureau, got myself entangled with the Bureau of Unexplained Phenomena, and I am here just to make sure that the things that go bump in the night just stay a noise and not a reality for people. I have no issue with zombies or werewolves or vampires, but when they threaten the good people of this nation, I want to be there to make sure that I'm taking care of the issue.
He kind of like nods to that. He's like, makes sense to me.
Yeah. So when I hear that some immortal jerkbag who's really messing with the people of this here nation is going to plan on attacking them unprovoked and in cold blood, I ain't going to stand for that.
Yeah,
That's why I was
my
looking for you all.
my thoughts as well. What were you planning to tell us?
E.C. Fields, he's going to attack you. I'm sure that comes as no surprise, but the surprising part is he's going to attack from the air.
Well, that is strange. I mean, I read newspaper reports of bombs hurled down from Zeppelins and the like onto London, but the thought of something like that happening here, well, feels like some sort of H.G. Wells story.
Yeah, though I don't know much about E.C. Fields personally, but I know a bit about the Delvers, and I know a bit about what they've been doing to y'all here, and I feel that I would put nothing beneath him to get what he wants.
Well,
So
I appreciate the information and the warning.
want to make sure you guys get that warning before anything bad happens. So you guys can
Right.
get into cover, and you guys can make sure the hauler knows as well.
But I do got another question.
Yeah.
Hold on, Stratton, you want to add in here? Or?
I was just hoping, because with my information that I have, could I somehow, with the extended senses, have sort of listened in on this conversation and manifest myself?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can pop into the scene, I think, using the manifest power.
Yeah. So,
Damn, I left my ghost bullets at home.
well, I was actually here because
That was the joke, by the way. I didn't mean to shoot you, Thomas. I'm not that much of an asshole.
you ain't the one who shot me.
I know. I wasn't going to shoot you, is what I meant to say. It's what I mean to say. In case that was a mistake.
Well, the reason I'm here in front of you right now is I noticed that Mr. Fields was making a few calls and mustering up his men. So with what you just said, it seems all the more true.
Yeah. It ain't gonna be good. Hopefully you guys are planning something, because my limitations are my rifle, my machine gun, and some dynamite that I have in the back of my car right now. Not sure that's going to help against an air raid.
Whoa, and Sheriff Hatfield's like, I mean, I just got these 2 6-guns on my waist.
Yeah.
I do know the Howlers seem to be willing to help the Union.
That's
Well,
good.
that could be something.
And you
I
go-
would say the fact that the company doesn't know where we're hiding, that gives us an edge. If they found out, they would be in real trouble. And that brings me to another question, Mr. Fed.
Yeah.
I appreciate you giving us information and helping us here, but are you working both sides of the street? Are you giving information about us over to Director Hoover?
Nothing that would threaten your livelihood. I've only been asked here to keep an eye on the situation and to make sure that there is no communist or Bolshevik influence happening. That's what Hoover's really afraid of. He's afraid of whatever the color revolution going on in Russia is right now. He's afraid of that happening here. And I don't think that's what's happening with you all. I can see what EC Field is doing here in Colton County. So I don't think there's anything related to the Bolsheviks or the Russian influence.
I don't think most of the miners know about the Bolsheviks.
Honestly, I don't know much about the Bolsheviks either, except that I fought them, kind of.
That feels like, yeah, same here.
So yeah, like I said, I don't think there's any situation, and as long as I can give Hoover, like, hey, this is not anything like what's going on in Russia, this is just a spat between a company that is really harming the folks here and people who are sick and tired of it. Hopefully he'll back down and be calm about it, but it is Hoover we're talking about.
All right, you might do a persuade for this, because he's like, well, yeah, that's what I was saying. It is Hoover. And while you ain't seeing red here, that guy sees red everywhere. So I need to know that we can trust you.
Okay, good. Did not screw me my time with me.
him, but I don't think he knows it.
Yeah.
No, that's an 11. No,
Ooh.
just a straight 10.
Okay, he's like, all right, well, I suppose then, as long as you don't completely inform, we can have you along.
I'm here to fight for I'm here to protect my fellow Americans, whether they're mortal or not, from the awful things that happen to them. And this is something that's awful is happening, and I am on the side of those who are being attacked and who can't defend themselves.
Okay, well, in that case, and he holds out his hand. It's a
Shake
pleasure. It's an honor and a pleasure, Special Agent.
I'm in with you guys now.
Okay.
Don't. After all this is done, don't tell Hoover I said that.
Yeah.
I like my job. It keeps me going after the things that are really bad for us.
Something tells me your secret's gonna be safe with me.
Yeah, that's why I asked. Thank you very much, Sheriff Hatfield. Not of the McCoys and Hatfields.
Yep, that's the right one.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, look, I'm sorry to say it. I mean, that was a while back, but
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that is my family for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so you're with that high persuasion roll. He trusts you pretty well. So, yeah, could have gone the other way.
Oh, real bad. I do want to ask Thomas something. And Thomas,
Yes.
y'all, I'm sure there's other ghosts floating about over here. You guys got anything planned? Like, I don't know much about ghosts, what you guys can do. But do you have anything going for us? Because we could use something.
about ghosts. I don't.
Well, I did have a conversation with one Mimi Thurman.
Okay.
Seems there's ghost ship around these parts.
Ghost ship.
Yeah, run by a man named Captain Diego Winsley.
Can I put a face to a name?
Sure. So yeah, Wilder Knight, I think.
Either or.
Ooh, that's a 7. So it's gonna be no, it's gonna be either way. I'm gonna go with Wild.
Okay.
That's a 7.
Right. So yeah, you've heard, like a lot of people, you've heard the stories. It's definitely like a Flying Dutchman style. Like everyone's heard the legend, but that's about as far as it's gone.
Okay, so it's real. I mean,
So,
I've heard about the dossiers and stuff like that, but they're very nondescript for some reason.
Yeah, the reason why Miss Thurman came to me is she wanted me to keep an eye on things while she was going to go and talk with the good captain. So, and that's one of the reasons why I heard and saw Mr. Fields doing what he was doing.
Yeah. You remember Simon, right? That Frenchman?
Yeah, I remember him.
He's the one who gave me that information. Useful guy. Like, honestly, seeing into the future and seeing things that you're not present for, real good, useful skills to have right there.
Could be, yeah.
I need to learn how to do that. Might be out of my territory.
Could be.
But,
Who knows these things?
Who knows? Maybe we should meet up with everybody and figure out what's going on.
Might be a good idea.
In fact, I'm going to say this is when everybody kind of comes together at a big old outdoor barbecue hootenanny whoop-de-woo. I'm not sure the French name they have for those mountain festivals going on in Half Moon
shindig.
Holler. A shindig, yeah.
Get down.
Mm-hmm. There's some clog dancing, some barbecue, all of which is kind of, and everyone's, as the workmen have just finished making the stills back up for the Moonshine Gang, and everyone is now kind of relaxing and hanging out. And this is where all 5 of you, or 4, I guess, if a certain ghost doesn't want to manifest, are hanging out.
I'll be around.
I would, if it's all possible, have picked up a bottle of that moonshine,
Yeah,
by the way.
not too hard to come by at this point.
Yeah.
No.
See if I still have a copy of the special move I made. I don't know if I,
I
do.
think it's around
I mean, there's a variant for if she does it because, you know, she's dousing a bunch of animals in it.
Yeah, I'll see what happens there.
So it's really your, no matter what, I feel like it goes back
Here it is.
for her.
for all of us who want to have a hand on it.
It's a question of whether or not she has, I think, any control.
And here's the factors as well.
Always good to
Always
have.
good to have.
Okay.
Like, I would think no
Hold on,
matter
Mister, thank
what,
you.
she explodes with werewolf critters coming out of her. I think
Critters?
the way that I feel like we could change it maybe is the level of control that she exhibits over them once they're,
Yeah, we get to roll like really high.
yeah.
Hmm?
Like on a 10 plus, then.
Afraid.
Yeah.
I
Is it
forget
roll
what
plus
it's
blood?
that you roll with. That's what I was
I'm not sure I
trying
really
to
read
remember.
What's the roll plus?
I think it's
What a nerd.
spirit.
Spirit. Okay,
Spirit.
that's actually
Oh boy, real bad for me. That's a -1.
So
Well,
I
don't use
think,
two
I would
werewolf,
think that with
maybe.
a 10 and above, she has control over the monsters.
Right.
With
So-
a 6, it's just a blood frenzy.
Yeah, which could be a problem for everybody around. But we'll see what happens.
7,
so-
it's kind of like there could at least be enough warning to get away.
So over some delicious, getting barbecue pork and the sauce is all right, and they cooked it right in the fire pit. You guys all come together and maybe share some of what you picked up there, or not.
No, I'm concerned. I'm clearly concerned. I didn't get the heads up directly, so that definitely alarms me. And to the best of my ability, I tell you guys and see if you listen.
Are we
About the
moving into a
Yeah, about the
private?
mountain. Yeah.
Are we moving into a private area?
Probably should. I
Probably.
would recommend doing it.
Let's go into my house. Nobody's stupid enough to go in there.
Cool.
Except us, because we're going there.
Nobody's stupid enough to go in there uninvited. Why? Are you scared of my house?
I'm scared of you.
I'm gonna mark redemption.
Oh man, revealing the fear.
Ooh, buddy.
Let's see.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm doing
I
light
think
10 when I
that's the
try to
smart thing.
No,
when
yeah,
I try to
you're not
figure out
wrong.
a member of mortality, roll with spirit instead of mind.
Okay.
Redemption.
And I will say you guys relocate to her cabin, her shack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice inside of the shack.
It's a nice place you got here.
Thank you. The vermin do a very good job with the upkeep.
Like,
Would any of you like some
Cinderella?
tea?
What's that tea made of?
Well, I've got oolong, I've got early grey, I've got
Oh.
some green tea.
take a
Okay,
look.
some. I'll have some green tea.
Yeah, whatever you're in. Not too particular.
The rats in the kitchen start preparing.
Oh,
Aw.
Hey, rats can be cleanly.
There's one rat that's slightly smaller than the others that looks really proud of his work.
No.
They're the house rats.
Pixar references.
Wow, that's just sad that it took me long.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
It took the third
So
saying
sad.
Pixar references.
So sad. So sad.
It's not their most famous film, though.
That's very
It's a
true.
good one.
Still
It's still, yeah, it's still a good one.
Would you like some ratatouille? Okay. If anybody wants something to eat, I could get some
I'm fine.
ladies' fingers, not necessarily made out of real lady fingers.
I'm personally okay.
Okay?
We brought our own food from the barbecue, didn't we?
That's true, yeah.
Cool. So,
They do a roast a mean squirrel in town. People are shooting squirrels all the time around here.
yeah, sorry about that. I wanted the conversation to be private, but it ended up not being private anyway because the ghost here appeared.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I couldn't stop that.
I already
Can you
assumed
shoot your
someone
squirrel?
was listening.
Let's all raise our hands if we know that you're a special agent at this point.
I was gonna say,
I love Mr.
Mr. Sue, did you let them know?
What?
Mr. Sue accidentally told me your real name, but it was a conversation I listened into with others that alerted me to the fact that you're a special agent.
What conversation?
Oh, it was a conversation between you and Mr. Howler.
Oh, so you were listening in on that.
Well, of course, I listened into almost everything.
Well, I just assumed somebody's listening. But about that,
not that
Ted suspects that someone around here is a spy, and you're the top suspect. Now,
Yeah, no duh. Let's
now
be
just
honest.
to assure you, I haven't let it out. See?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You can trust me with that secret.
And I have
For now.
Honestly, for all the shit that you give me, I honestly can't say that I trust you.
As long as
Like,
you're...
my life is complex because you exist in it. But like, honestly, you've been a very good friend and a very good help.
Whoa.
Thank you very much. I'm not going to screw over people who, for no reason.
Honestly,
Just
this entire group has made my own life
But why?
really interesting.
Why specifically is the Bureau of Investigation down there?
Well, I'm specifically attached to the Bureau of Unexplained Phenomena.
Oh, so you're not a union buster. That's good.
No,
That
I'm not a
should-
union
that should set
buster.
Mother Jones at ease.
I'm a monster killer.
Well, that doesn't set me at ease.
No, on balance, I told this to Sheriff Hatfield. My whole deal is I go after the ones that terrorize people.
Ah, so you're down here for EC Field.
I was down here to make sure. I was sent here by the director himself, by Hoover, to make sure that this union wasn't some Bolshevik, whatever that is, ploy, some sort of thing to startle up and cause what's happening in Russia to happen here with all this craziness. I honestly don't believe that. I've talked to Hatfield. He doesn't believe it either. He doesn't know who the Bolsheviks are. That's why I'm here specifically.
As I said before, I guarantee none of the union men know who these people are, or even what communism is.
Would imagine that most of them cannot spell Bolshevik.
Yeah, I honestly,
Hell no.
To be quite frank, I'm not 100% that I can spell Bolshevik.
you're not wrong. I don't know if I can spell it either, and I'm an educated Californian.
Can you spell Bolshevik? If you can, please let us know.
Can you say Bolshevik?
H.
Good!
Oh man, this is a great blue.
Doesn't really matter. So yeah,
Blue's clues for comrades. I guess.
that's why I'm down here. I gotta make sure that I report to the director that nothing bad's going here. He has asked me to do other things while I'm down here, such as getting him a bottle of this moonshine.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure he wanted it from his own personal store. I don't really ask questions. Yeah, so that's why I'm down here. I heard that... I talked to Simon. You guys remember Simon, the Frenchman?
Yes, Simone.
Wasn't he shot in the head?
No.
Oh.
He survived. He's
Oh.
alive.
I
He's
was
no
thinking-
ghost.
I was thinking of another person. My bad.
Who did you shoot in the head?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm not gonna go there. This
You talking
particular
about that
day.
Jewish fella?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, Dizzy, is he?
Is he?
Oh, yeah, I shot
He
him.
became a ghost. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the guy who got
Oh,
shot.
did he become a ghost? Oh, good for him.
We
He
was
became a
complicated web
ghost.
in this
Dizzy
game.
is a guy making a golems. Is a ghost,
yeah. Or,
and he's part
I
of
don't-
some
I don't remember
Russian.
what
He's
he
part of some
called
German
himself.
fringe group.
I don't know what he called himself. It was some weird
Einstein.
Jewish word.
Some weird Jewish word meaning ghost.
Yeah.
Anyways, I pulled a notebook and write
Was
this down.
it-
Like I need this
Dybbuk,
information.
yeah, it's a
Was
weird
it
term.
Dybbuk?
Dybbuk, yeah.
I believe that was.
I
what
rolled
it
to
was.
see if she was smart enough.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm writing all this down. Like I'm gonna need this information for later for my actual job.
Ah.
I mean,
'Cause
to
if
be
there- if
fair,
there's-
he
if
might
there-
be overstating and saying that he's a Dybbuk.
I don't know what a Dybbuk is personally. I'm not sure I'll do my
That's
research for
arguably a
that.
demon, arguably a ghost.
So at this point,
Yeah, we're getting
Well, you-
sidetracked.
while you guys are discussing the finer points of Dybbuks, there was a loud, incessant knocking, a worried knocking at the door.
Okay, I go to answer the door.
So again, it
while
is,
rats are bringing around tea for anybody that
It's
wants.
Charles Everett Lively, and behind him is the sheriff's car with Smiling's at the wheel, and Lively's like, "Come quick! They got Mother Jones.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay.
Some of them company men came, kidnapped her, and me and the sheriff we're gonna go try and rescue her. I think we took her. They took her up in some of the old mine shafts up in the mountain.
Pretty brash.
Weren't we just discussing that Mr. Fields has become a problem for everyone?
Yeah, he has.
I am going to attempt to let it out to see if I can psychically communicate with things inside of the mine, because mine's got a lot of vermin in them.
Maybe wait till we get a little, because you're just kind of far away.
Oh, fair enough.
Let's put you actually like in the cave, you know, because
Okay.
like
Sure.
it's a little not that much
I'm
of a
just,
drive.
just
Yeah.
trying to avoid having the regular people involved as much as possible.
Okay.
I feel kind of like maybe you'd be putting yourself in a lot of danger. I mean, I know that you're a sheriff, but you're not a supernatural sheriff.
He's like, that's fair, but
So perhaps if you just tell us approximately where you believe that they are, we can go there in the car.
And move the camp as well, the Union camp.
all right. Well, that I'll try and send word to make sure that happens.
Yes, definitely, because it sounds like this.
They know.
Yeah.
But I am going with you.
Well, okay.
I'm sorry, but I know it's dangerous, but I
Hey.
accept that danger every time I put off the badge. But I
You're the
wasn't
one
elected to
risking
do.
your life.
That's so.
That's
But if I'm to die protecting my people, and I'll die happy.
And you know you can always come back afterwards.
Maybe.
hopefully not.
Yeah, I don't know.
No offense.
His path seems a difficult one to walk. So, you guys all pile into his car. And
Do we
with
have a plan of sorts? Any help coming?
As we hop on the Nash, I'm like, well, let's make a plan as we go.
Well, I feel like once
no, I'm gonna roll for
once
best
we're
laid
nearer
plans.
it, then I can communicate with the vermin inside of the mine and see if maybe I can do some tracking.
All right. Well, we'll kind of cut ahead. The ride's not too long. You go kind of up some slopes into some areas that they cut some big holes in the mountainside, and in one of those caves is where you drive.
Can I roll best laid plans during all this? As we're talking about the bigger plan, the scope as well, and it's included.
Sure.
Talking about
you
the
get
general
those.
scope as well as what we're gonna do when we get to the caverns.
Okay.
It's not bad. That's an 8, so it's not the terrible one.
Okay.
It is only 2 old.
All right. So that could be helpful.
Yes.
So you guys cruise in. This is a pretty it's the kind of big opening area, so it's not too contained. There's the big cave, and then it's so narrow as it goes further on to shadow. There's old wooden supports that were put up, but this area's been mined out. And there's some rusted out old rust covered mine carts in there. So you just roll the car rolls over to the dirt and kind of comes to a halt. Vermin Road. So you do that let it out.
Yeah.
Try and see what you can see ahead of there.
Woo woo, touch it out. Oh, my spirit. Ba-dum. That is an 8.
Okay.
So I'm marking a harm.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, that's what
Yeah.
happens.
Just puddle on the ground.
Yeah, some critters just fall out.
Yeah, it's basically, I'm going to say that she wasn't able to really reach out to the bugs in here, so she shed some bugs
Okay.
in order to have them run in.
All right. They scan ahead a bit,
And I get one thing out of that, which is extending my sense of supernatural or
right.
otherwise, obviously.
They discover something a little bit alarming. There's no organic life up ahead, but there are some, like, dark moving shapes somewhere in the shadow.
Well, there's nothing organic up ahead, but there's something in there moving around.
At this point, Charles Everett Lively leaps out of the passenger seat and dashes the exit to the cave.
Well, that's alarming.
Yeah, and Sheriff Hatfield's like, wait a minute, Charles, where are you? And then he realizes, and he's like, oh no, this is a setup. And then you see, set up on the side of the road, a truck rolls over, blocking your escape, and there is a heavy machine gun manned by Hammersmith goons in the back. It opens fire. Sheriff Hatfield draws his revolvers and buys you guys some time to do something by taking the fire himself. Unfortunately, he is riddled with gunfire and drops, shot to death on the cavern floor.
So there's no way that I could use wall to save him.
Yeah, it's a little bit too late.
Okay.
He died trying to give you guys time to act like save yourselves, yeah. And now the machine gun is actually, if you want to use that, you use it to save your friends, as the machine gun is turning on you.
One other person.
Okay. So, Egontre, you're hearing creaking and rumbling coming from further down the cave, and you hear the machine gun, and the machine gun mounted on the back of the truck bed is still like opening fire, trying to just catch all you guys in the blaze and take you out.
I have TNT. I have TNT in the back of the car.
Oh,
Put my bundle there.
so you can blow
I know
up
this
the
guy's got
truck.
explosives.
So
We got a lot. We have a lot of explosives, and we're at a very tight, enclosed space. So be careful about it.
I do have an idea. Do I still have one hold left over from last scan?
I think you got to roll to
Yeah.
power up. You can do that now if you want.
Okay.
I'll say you powered up on the drive over if you want to like do something.
Yeah, let's see. That's the 8, so... What was it that I get again? I only get 2 hold, and I have to do something. Mark corruption, suffer harm, or take -1 on roll. I'm just gonna mark harm for that. And that's
Ooh.
it.
You can write like blistering headache.
3. Yeah. I'm not good at this. But, Roman, you have a gun I could borrow.
Which one? Rifle or submachine gun?
Something close range.
Hand of the submachine gun.
Thank you. And there's a guy manning the machine gun, right?
Yeah, it's like one of those belt fed. Like you got like a crew of like one person's holding the belt. If you're in a machine gun crew and you're the guy who handles the belt, I apologize. I'm getting you wrong. Your name wrong. The loader, I don't know.
Yeah.
And there's the guy who's actually aiming the gun. And there's more of these Hammersmith goons. Human, you guys took out the Gollum department of the company, but still plenty of human gun thugs who are firing at you.
Well, there's something inorganic moving around.
Yes, and there's something else on the other side in the darkness.
I'm gonna take out that machine gun. You guys try, stay alive, and fight back.
2 of us are already dead.
Well, stay alive-ish.
I can easily take care of the machine gun.
Whatever. Like I'm gonna put myself out in danger when I don't need to.
I'm joking.
No, I'm keeping this.
No, you're not keeping it.
Yes, I am. At least for this.
Fine, at least for this.
Did you take the gun already? What's
Yes,
happening?
I did take the gun.
Don't steal my guns, dude.
I'm not going
Oh,
to
wait.
steal your gun.
I thought you were talking about the machine gun. You're taking his gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
All right.
was-
So confused.
You got you. So you do maybe like one more thing, and then we'll kind of move the combat track along there.
Well, if you've got the machine gun, then I'll just go ahead and do my own thing. Peace. And I roll out the car. Do what I do, cowardly.
You're just running away?
Not away. I'm repositioning.
Oh, all right. Okay, that's what you call it.
He's escaping the situation.
I'm not running away. I'm repositioning.
Extreme right.
10.
All right, you successfully repositioned.
Behind
Maybe
a
you
tree.
behind the what? The tree or?
Behind a tree where I can get a good shot at everyone else.
Ah, okay. Yeah, maybe like I don't know. Maybe there's like some old like piles of tools like behind one of the wooden supports. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Gotcha.
All right, you're in cover. Okay, Vermin Rose, what are you doing?
So she turns and looks straight at the machine gun and goes, "Gentlemen, I don't know how you would plan on killing something that's already dead. At which point, like, things just start pouring out of her face. And she points at them and goes, "Run or share my fate." And I'm gonna roll Hideous Visage. I think pretty obviously.
Yeah.
By the way, I do owe you a debt.
For
Escape the situation. You owe someone a debt for your escape.
Okay.
That, because I've made Spirit higher, is a 10.
Whoa, nice.
Because I have a +3 on Spirit.
Nice.
And when I persuade an NPC, I get to roll on Spirit. So they do what I tell them. Which
Okay.
it doesn't have to be all of them, but the one that's actually manning the machine gun and shooting, that's the one this was directed at.
Yeah, the 10, I'm going to say the whole machine gun crew is like giving up.
Yeah.
They dash down, they're leaving the back of that truck to run to shelter in the woods.
Right.
Alright, what is Mr. Sue doing?
Truck is no longer an obstacle. Yes,
It is an obstacle, it's blocking the way, and there's still some
There's-
some gun thugs
There
around
might
there.
be people, like,
Yeah, with like
going back in to
rifles or
take the
shotguns.
place, too.
Okay. And the truck is completely blocking our way in, partially blocking.
It's like completely blocking. It like just moved to the mouth of the cave, yeah.
All right.
Oh, it's blocking our way into the cave, not blocking our retreat.
No, I would say it's blocking the way out of the cave.
yeah, there's still farther
came
into
in-
the cave.
I
went
thought we
in-
were blocked into the cave.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
We are blocked in the
It
cave.
just
by
cruised
this truck.
in.
Except he's Mr.
Blocking
Escape
your
Artist
escape.
and managed to-
Well, he moved to a different part of the cave, is what I figured.
Okay.
Moves out of the danger zone.
Yeah.
As you might want to call it.
Okay, then I'm going to do a setup so that other people can do something because I'm not going to use any explosives while we still need to get out and the truck's blocking the way.
Don't want them
So
caving.
I gotta set up
Yeah.
a moment. Yeah, I gotta set up a moment for that. So what I'd like to do is channel and then shield
Ooh,
for
that's always
everybody.
good.
If I can get it to work, so let me see what happens first.
Okay.
Please work. Nice.
Nice.
I'll take that. So that's 4. So I'd like to shield everybody. So spend 2 on that. So everyone gets a +1. And then I'm going to do a elementalism. I'd like to create sort of like a smoke fog sort of effect.
Ooh.
Give us a moment to set up either rifles or find
Okay,
a
yeah,
better
that
way,
makes
or
sense.
move forward up the cave. Close to
Okay.
the exit, yeah.
Yeah, so
A
put
little
that
bit
like
covered.
throw down that misty
Now
barrier.
it
there.
says it's on like an unleash, but I wasn't like trying to use it that way. I'll still roll blood if you want.
I mean, I would say it's more like a mislead, distract, or trick.
Okay.
Guys, I'm just letting you know right now the next thing that I'm doing is going to be real disgusting.
All right. Well, thanks for that. Thanks for the warning.
Heads up.
Thank you for
Yeah,
the.
that's up.
Once it gets back to Gontre again, if you're worried about being grossed out, just cover
Nah.
it.
Yeah. Be prepared.
Just be ready.
Oh, I didn't succeed.
Ooh. All
By
right.
how much?
I won. I rolled.
I will help you.
I can give him the 1 extra from the hole.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
I try to assist though?
Yeah, sure.
What are you?
Maybe
power?
save that best laid
Yeah.
plans just
What
in
are
case
you?
the assist doesn't work.
Night?
He's not- yeah.
Nice. I have assisted you.
Hey.
So 7. We squeeze.
No reason to use up a hold if we don't.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
feel like I'm effectively distracting people right now with the
Vermin.
vermin explosion.
The vermin side.
Yeah.
If
So
you will.
I'm gonna confuse them for some time, and I'd like to expose a weakness or a flaw that
Ooh.
lets us either take out the next important person who's gonna harm someone or
Okay.
way by the truck.
Maybe you spot a gas tank kind of on the side of the truck,
Okay.
like where the petrol goes. It could be easily explodable. That's the word. All right. What is the ghost of Thomas Stratton doing? You do hear this rumbling, like getting closer from down the tunnel.
Choo choo.
No, it's not. It's not Thomas the Tank Engine.
It's a ghost train.
Oh man, the ghost train.
Oh, well, I guess you're
I
gonna
think
do
the-
something ghost train related.
No. I think the immediate threat
This
is
guy gets it.
so I'll take care of the immediate threat, and I'm going to take out the rifle that I have with me, and I'm sure Mr. Zoo let me know about the gas tank, so I think I'm going to try.
Back and left, yeah.
Yeah, shoot the gas tank, and so if it succeeds, it'll just randomly explode.
Like in the movies. And not in real life.
Yeah.
It's an 8.
This is Okay. So
I figured it was an Elysian attack. So
yeah. So
You know, if you want to, you could assist him, and then we could get the game and bring it up to 10.
No, it's only you rolled a 7, correct?
Roll an 8.
An 8.
An 8.
8 total.
So that's what I'm saying. You could assist, bump it up by 1, and then we do one more, and that gets it to a 10.
a lot of if and then, but you want to try it?
Huh?
You're
I'll
the
roll.
one rolling the assist.
Sure, I'll definitely roll.
I mean, I feel like it's logical for him to be the
Yep.
one doing the assist.
Just a little higher.
Nice, and then I'll
You
burn
use
a hole.
yours.
Whoa.
Right?
And I,
Yeah,
I'll
that's
burn a
10.
hole. In
All right,
another-
cool. Never mind about that second list. So,
Bring it up to even 10, buddy.
are you
Yeah.
inflicting terrible harm or taking something? Yes. I mean, either could work for hitting the gas tank.
Yeah, I guess I would.
Take their ability to trap us in.
Yeah, I guess I would take away the trap.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah.
So you hit that gas tank, it goes up, thanks to that well-placed shot. The truck is blasted back. Now there was a way that could lead to an escape. The gun thugs are scattered for the moment from that and surprised by the explosion.
hell?
Yeah, a
Oh,
rifle
hell no.
shot. I know, a rifle shot coming from nowhere from a phantom gun and blowing apart their truck. And yeah, they're definitely paused. What is Special Agent Berryessa doing?
Are we getting out of here, guys? Yes. In the car, let's go.
I'll provide a distraction. You guys go.
Nope, that's fine. In the car, I got this.
Okay.
Let's go this way.
Aren't we investigating the cave, though?
We could. If that's what you wanted
That'd be a
to.
very good idea.
We did just get trapped by something. And I don't know
Okay.
what's going on that hall.
Yeah.
So everyone piles into the sheriff's car. Unfortunately, I guess you can take the Werenash or...
Yeah, I was hoping the Werenash. Take my car.
Are you?
All right, I could say
certain
the
that you don't
Werenash
want me to
traveled
stay
after.
behind? I cannot die.
But
Well-
I can get us all out of there safely.
Let's... So
Hopefully.
what are you planning on rolling here? The escape?
My this way. So when I lead people to safe out of danger, I roll plus blood. Try and get essentially I'll get all of them out of safety. It's whether I get out of safety or not.
Well, let's see what happens there.
Yeah, I think I might be like, you guys go on ahead. I'm gonna see what's going on.
Find your ghost.
I would also like to stay behind with him.
We have to recover your body, don't we?
No.
I'm already outside the car, so.
But you're not going with us? I guess we're not doing that then. I'm gonna okay, hop out of the car. I guess we're staying.
Yeah, I was gonna throw my little thing behind.
I guess we're staying. I rack a rifle around and
I mean, you can feel free to escape if you want.
The
It's just-
No, I
people
mean-
who are alive should probably get out of here.
Mother Jones is down there somewhere, and we are here to rescue her.
Do we know that she's down there?
Well, we can always find out.
Because did you detect her with your rodent thingies?
I'll just say, flashing back, you did not. There was nothing organic. So Mother Jones was not down there. It was all a setup.
Like,
I guess not. No, she's not down there.
we can see what's coming after us and then hop in the car and book it.
As a matter of fact, some of you really keep your cool, because you're gonna see what... You've been talking so long
Great.
about this, that what was coming after you has now reached you.
That's a 10.
Okay. You keep your cool as a giant rock monster.
Wait, a rock monster.
Yeah, a creation of the mountain's rock, fused together by those unholy energies.
Sorry about this. Pop the trunk over, grab a stick of dynamite, light it, and throw it.
All of you roll an attack on that for that one, but it like comes out of the shadow. I'm gonna say it like takes a swing at you. Because of that 10, you're able to avoid it, so you're not hit by
Oh,
rock.
buddy.
How about you do the dynamite roll?
That's not gonna be good. That's a 5 right now.
Okay.
Do you still have a hole?
I still have one holding.
I'll bump you. I can. What's your
What's
maximum
mortality?
mortality? Do you need them? Oh, you've got 3, and you need mortality. Why don't you do it?
Okay.
Alright, let's see what happens.
I do have your gun, so.
Yeah, you do.
I'll just lay down some suppressive fire on the rock monster.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, mortality,
Rock monster.
that's an 8.
And then I'll burn my last hole to give
Not quite.
myself.
That's as much as you can do.
I'm at a 7 now.
It's Rock Monster, not Rock
That's
Monster.
true. That's technically
Yes.
satire.
A different
Yes.
thing. Rock monster.
Fred Schneider.
It's a parody.
Notoriously
Yeah.
litigious. So, with a 7, are you going to inflict terrible harm on the rock monster with this dynamite, or take something from it?
What time is it?
Get 44.
I think I'm going to take something from it, and that something is going to be its... I know you don't like this one. Its corporeal form because it's held together by magic. I want to I want the explosion to disrupt the magic that's holding this rock thing together. Not get rid of it, but pull it apart just enough to get it stunned for a round or something, or make it less of a danger.
moment.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's pause for... Okay, yeah.
Just throw a stick of dynamite
So,
at it.
Glass does that. However,
Forms
what are you
up.
going to
Yeah,
pick? Because it was a 7, right?
Yeah.
What do you pick from the bottom list?
I must say they inflict harm on me. It makes the most logical sense because I am throwing dynamite at a very close range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you faint harm. The armor would helps you for sure, 'cause otherwise it would be the next level.
Whew. Thanks, Mr. Sue.
You want to do like maybe burst eardrums or like shockwave?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least.
Ringing.
Some
Maybe
dynamite
he's
going off at a in
Might
close
kinda be
range
like
there.
this now, who knows?
Shell shocked.
Yeah. Definitely ears
That's what we
ringing.
called at the time.
All right, but the rock monster has been given pause.
Mop.
All right, so now, but you do hear more of this. You do hear more of this rumbling from further in the cave, as if there are more of these things threatening to overwhelm you. So, an escape could be worthwhile. What is Egontre going to do?
Well, I don't know how effective bullets are going to be on rock, but I do have something that can let us see what exactly is going on in that cave. My obsidian mirror from Russia.
Oh, always good. A blast from the past, kind of.
I was going to use this on the mansion over there, but this is a good use. I'll use the mirror to take a look down that cave and see exactly what's going on down there.
Okay.
So, would it be a let it out?
Yeah.
That's a 5. Dang.
Nope.
You have none left?
Hold.
Yeah, we're out of
Oh, all right.
I used to sit there and blow myself up with dynamite.
Oh, so I don't really do anything. Don't even get corruption. Okay. I just...
Just nothing happens.
Yeah, you're not
Nice
able to see
mirror.
what's going on.
You're like,
You gonna
I'm
do
so,
something with it?
You're like, I'm so pretty.
I mean, I am, but...
So you know something is going on down there. You hear the rumbling, but you're not quite sure how many of them. But they are going to be upon you pretty fast. Anything? What does the Vermin Rose do at this point? As
Okay.
you see, there's like more of these rock creations
So the
lumbering
Vermin
their way
Rose
closer.
is recovering the damage that she's taken as that the vermin from the mine are beginning to flood into her body to the extent that she's kind of inflating like Violet Beauregard. Because apparently,
Yeah.
whenever I want to be disgusting with these characters, I have to reference Willy Wonka.
Yeah, just
Seriously,
just like
this is maybe not a movie to show your children.
It's a great movie, though.
It is a great movie, but it is
Such a great movie.
it is horrifying.
Yeah.
Um,
It is a grim fairy tale.
And simultaneously, she is downing the bottle of the moonshine. So basically, she inflates, explodes into monsters.
All right. Well, let's roll about those monsters and see what happens.
Okay, we'll see if they're under control or if they're just mad and attack everything.
Excellent rolling.
A cockroach on your shoulder says, if this doesn't work out, you should probably run.
I'm going to flick because I know it's about to get influenced by this.
Aw, hell yeah. That is a 12.
Oh yeah.
All right. So with no effects, not even. I guess maybe a hangover the next day if you even get such a thing.
Well, I mean, she definitely exploded. So
Yeah.
we're definitely doing the erase the sham here.
Yeah.
Because it's because she dies in every game. That is
Once an
that's my
episode.
dedication to
Yeah,
you.
it's a great bit.
But
There's one game that she didn't, but she died twice in the previous episode.
Yeah, we'll
so-
count it.
So it's
Yeah.
still
You're
averaging out.
KD.
So yeah, it's just like just
still
like
equal.
they're just like pouring in through like the hole in her neck. She's just dumping the moonshine down on them, and it's just these horrible xenomorph sort of creatures, come like werewolf,
wolf roaches.
wolf
Yeah.
roaches, wolf rats. I think wolf roaches would look like xenomorphs.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
there's like the wolf rats, which would be pretty close to just
A
werewolves.
couple vipers are sticking out too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
wolf
and there's
snakes.
like the wolf snakes, or maybe they've like somehow fused with like the wolf cockroaches, so they have open their mouths and like
Very
snakes.
xenomorph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one actually.
Just these improbable, awful monsters. Just, I mean, she exploded. Like there's just bits of
Click.
the couple of animals that didn't turn into monsters run away with like the exploded skin sack.
I was just gonna grab it and toss it in the trunk.
It exploded into a lot of pieces. Maybe they're just putting them into the trunk.
Yeah, it's fine. The trunk's open. I
I
pulled some
know, she
diamond out.
always rides in the
Yeah,
trunk.
the trunk's just getting filled up with like
Directly
vermin rose skin confetti.
Oh, great.
I look at the rodents. Are you gonna clean it up afterwards too, maybe? Okay, good.
So what are these possessed rodents, these werewolf rodents doing?
They're gonna go down and attack whatever's coming at us.
So they fall upon the rock monster. as
Yeah,
you
they
say.
fall upon the rock monster. If they can find Mr. like trader guy, because that is one of her instincts is to
Yeah,
hunt this-
lively.
to hunt the disloyal. They definitely. I feel like the main target is lively.
Oh, okay.
Like if some of them can distract the rock monsters too, but she doesn't have like a whole lot of hope of that. But she does have a whole lot of hope of capturing lively
Right, that's the main goal.
in the most terrifying way possible.
Okay, let's have you do. I mean, for the basic moves, there's not one that's like. There's one that is escape, but not one that's like chase someone. Maybe.
I mean, it could you could view it as a modified attack, or you could view it as
Yeah.
a modified escape.
I'll let you decide.
Either way, it's blood,
Okay,
so it doesn't really matter.
let's roll with blood to catch him then. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need help because that's already an 11.
Okay, they hunt him down.
So he's like running.
Do you want to describe his fate now, or should we?
They don't kill him; they capture him.
Oh, all right.
They do paralyze him, but they capture him.
Okay.
So it's like he's like running through, you know.
Yeah, the woods.
Yeah, is he? Did he run out through the woods?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he's like running through the woods, and all of a sudden he like starts hearing these horrible sounds.
It's like the
coming
opening scene to
at him.
dress it to the second Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
All little fucking
Compies.
reptiles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
compies.
then just these pure nightmare monsters burst out of the shrubbery around him.
Ooh.
And just paralyze, like one of them just paralyzes him straight up, just snaps his spine, like Bane with fucking Batman.
Oh man. All right. He isn't hauled away.
And then like all the others like carry him off in this gibbering, like they're even trying to speak to him just to like really freak him out.
This is the gibbering mouth right here.
In this gibbering like nightmare scenario, which hopefully enough of the remaining gun thugs also saw to go like, you know what? I don't really want to do this anymore. I'm out. Bye.
Bye.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, now the way to escape for sure is clear.
Yeah.
What is Mr. Sue doing?
But there are definitely a few that went back to distract the rock monsters too, so that these guys can escape.
Okay.
I look at my werewolf spittle as you explode. Later.
Think better of it.
I wouldn't drink that if I were you right now, at least.
Another day, perhaps. And most of you is in the cave, or most of you is out.
Most of me is in the. Well, most of the critters are out.
I'm just trying to think of my visuals here.
A
before I do
lot
something.
of them charged forward into the cave to attack the monster. The other half ran outside to capture.
And if you just put all the skin pieces in the back of my car next to the TNT.
Yeah, and most of the skin pieces are in the car.
Most of the bones and stuff like that are in there.
Okay.
With the full skeleton.
Yeah, there's a lot of skeleton parts. There's a lot of skin. That's really all she is skin, skeleton, and vermin.
Yeah.
So Mr. Sue,
Including
we're
the
thinking
brain.
of
It's just a bunch of rats up in there.
making our escape here.
It's actually an ant
I was thinking
colony.
about possibly
Oh.
starting to cause the cave in, or at least
Oh, that's a good
beginning
idea.
of one, and give us a
Yeah,
chance to get
trap
out.
the rock monsters in there.
Right,
I see that.
So basically, like beginning, like getting something as far down the cave as I possibly can.
Okay.
So that's-
So you're throwing
Oh,
some of the
do you-
dynamite or the
do you-
nitro you made?
Yeah.
Are you like thinking about throwing a dynamite? In which case, one of the horrible monstrosities just reaches out a hand, like, "I will carry this down to the cave for you."
Well, maybe that could be an assist.
Yeah, true. I can assist. if you
Hit
need
this
it.
button.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Not this button.
Let's have you roll unleash an attack.
Okay, I'll do my best, and then yeah. So this is with the nitroglycerin grenades.
Right.
Don't hit the button.
Ouch. Yeah, well, all was going to be well for Sue in the end.
Are you so negative you can't be assisted?
I'm 4 right now.
I can't assist.
All right,
Okay.
bad news.
Dang.
You throw it, you try to cave in. That's the good news. The bad news is it's a little too close to the car. So unless something happens, right now rocks are falling on. In fact, I would like Berryessa and Mr. Sue and Igatre to roll Keep Your Cool
Yeah, makes sense.
to avoid some rock.
Oh my god.
How we do?
Not great.
Oh my god,
5.
man.
Well, my high rolls were out early in the game.
All right.
Here comes
got-
the little
I predicted
8.
this forever ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
I said that at the beginning, like we're gonna get
You got
switched
it.
back.
You get 1 level of
I'm not afraid of this.
you're not reading that. You get faint harm. I was like light harm. That's not right. Faint harm.
So that puts me up to Grievous.
Oh yeah.
Conk with a rock.
Yeah.
I failed.
Blood streaming down my head.
All right.
5.
I'm gonna put you on Grievous.
1 or 2.
I'm gonna say level 1 because you still got. Or no, the armor. Well, the armor's gone.
Yeah,
but
armor's
yeah.
gone.
Oh
Avoid
yeah,
taking-
the armor.
Armor's gonna avoid
Yes,
taking
that's what I was thinking on. You're on faint because of the armor.
I've already had faint.
Okay, so you're on the first level of
Yeah,
Grievous.
I already
Mr.
had
Sue,
faint as well.
You're on. Takes the armor. You're on faint.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
We'll just put it as faint.
Yeah, I'm just like
6.
gouged with rocks.
Can I say at this point that one of the monsters does this with for the grenade?
Last one.
All right, this monster is gonna do like a suicide run to.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just gonna run down the friggin'.
So that'll run in. That blows up the way, and now I think maybe you can drive the Were-Nash.
Yeah. How about this way, you guys? I'm just gonna hop in the car and ask for everybody to get in. Let's see if I want to do something.
The
I was
ghost
gonna-
can just fly.
Well, there's that, but
One of the horrible monsters gets into the car.
no, I was.
Let me figure out what
I'll be
it
there in a
originally
second,
was.
and if
It
there's
doesn't
anyone
really
else
matter at
that,
this point.
if there's anything else that like that is still like sort of threatening us, I would hope to use won't be
It's one of the
ignored to
werewolf
distract
rats, so it just comes
the
as a
NPCs.
werewolf.
Okay, you want to give me a roll for that? So maybe otherwise you would take some shots as you ride out. So
Roll with spirits.
No, I'm saying these things got big.
6.
okay,
Can I assist?
yes.
I don't know how I'm assisting, but
Wait,
I'm
what
just
are you
trying to
do?
distract whoever is left over to
oh,
maybe
get
the
well
it
then I
monster
can
away.
easily assist.
Yeah, maybe those wolf
There's
vermin
there's
creatures
all kinds of horrible monsters.
could attack.
Werewolf
Yeah.
spiders.
Yeah.
I could assist, but I have
Ooh,
my
yeah. I like the idea of a werewolf spider showing up on the assist there.
Yeah.
That is a 9.
Okay. So basically, I think with this one, along with like all these monsters, now this is up to you, but I think I was hoping to sort of make it look like there's a whole bunch of just spectral miners that just manifest and
charging
just be,
out,
like,
yeah.
charge into whoever is there.
Oh, definitely. That's a cool ghostly image. No, yeah, so that totally happens, and because of that, the gun thugs are distracted, and the car sails away to safety.
Cool. Should I roll for this way or not really?
I think it's okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I feel
So-
especially since only one of them went down to kamikaze, the rest could be helping out with this whole.
All right, you guys cruise on back to Half Moon Holler.
That was weird, guys.
Unfortunately,
The rat monster goes, how's that?
unfortunately,
Just the whole situation was weird.
it's about to get worse.
Oh, good.
When you arrive, you find the place is in flames.
Again.
Of course.
Well, it's even worse this time. While you were there, the gun thugs attacked it and slaughtered like everybody.
Attacked
Tad Howler let them in, and you find Ma Howler has been shot with some silver bullets, and she is dying in the arms of Bo.
Oh, okay, this is back at the werewolf. I thought
Yeah.
for some reason we were going back to the holler.
Take back my.
I mean, they're all hollers.
Yeah.
This is Half Moon
If I
Holler.
need it again, I'll let you know.
You can holler.
So Bo is crying like, "There's Tad. He led him here. They shot Ma. They stole the moth. Carried him away." And he lets out a mournful howl as everything burns behind him.
My
Yeah, they
warning
will.
was too late, apparently, says the werewolf rat.
The singular werewolf rat that your conscience is stuck in.
I think it was.
Oh, this is
Well,
Yeah, she's just
sour
let the other ones go to
relations.
town until they turn back to regular vermin. Like, it's a mess back at the moment.
And I think with that, with this tragic loss, we are going to bring this episode to a close. We'll pick up what happens to poor, or maybe not so poor, Charles Everett Lively, now you're captive. Is he still alive, or is he, like, dead?
No, he's alive. I want to interrogate him.
Okay.
I
Maybe
wanted
that'll-
to be terrified and interrogatable, but he would have been brought back to the cottage.
All right, I think that'll be our first scene for next time. I think that'd be a good place to start
He's
with life.
paralyzed and his mouth is full of insects, so he can't scream. I
Yes.
think he'll lie. He probably
Okay.
isn't
He probably wishes
I'll
he
mark that.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles Everett Lively, real person, by the way.
Not anymore.
I know, not anymore. Real Judas for the like United Mine Workers of America.
You know
so.
what? I guess, spoiler alert, they killed Hitler in Inglourious Bastards, so, you know.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Lively suffered an ignominious end in real life too, so it's all good.
Hopefully.
Okay, and that's how we'll start next episode. Let's end this episode by maybe going around with those closing session moves. So we'll start with Berryessa and Terry.
Power definitely dropped down even farther, understandably so.
Yeah,
And Wild, I think, went up. I think being honest with the sheriff and with other Jones and all them that, you know, that I am the agent here, but I'm on their side, that I'm here to protect the people and not any special interests.
Yeah.
Probably endear me to them. Knowing that there's at least a federale who's here, who's on their side.
Oh, for sure. The people's interest in mind. Do you think anyone owes you a debt, or do you owe anyone a debt?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we did all the things here pretty mutually, not like out of like you're gonna owe me something after this. It's more like, we're in a bad situation together.
I think so. How about the ghost of Thomas Stratton?
Ghost of Thomas Stratton.
Sing the song.
Ghost of Thomas Stratton.
Yep. So power's going down to -2.
Poor Power faction. Good thing none of us are there.
Dude, I'm
This-
dropping it to -3.
Look, this game, they deserve it. I made sure that they're not so great in this one.
I don't think we're going to be assisting anybody in power anytime soon.
No.
So
Well, maybe,
Mimi would be considered wild, correct?
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think wild would go up with sort of me, with my conversation with Mimi Thurman, and as well as sort of helping her out. So yeah.
All right, cool. And you think anyone owes you a debt, or you owe anyone a debt?
Can't think of anything right now.
Okay. How about Mr. Sue?
I think on the happening of the sheriff fully backing our situation and us backing them, mortality went up, and power dropped as low as I can go.
Same.
Yeah. As far as debts, I tried to do my best to even up with you.
I think so. Making some explosives to kind of pay him back
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
Take a rest tonight.
Maybe one debt to Vermin for taking the suicide run at the end, because
Okay.
I messed up on my attempt and
Yeah, she had to kind of
without
sacrifice a
that,
little piece of
without
herself to
that,
get it done.
that
I
gave
can
us
see that.
the cave-in we needed. So I think plus one more.
Okay.
She's terrible about cashing in debts. She's a good person to have debts for.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how about Vermin Rose? Which faction went up and which went down? I think you
I mean,
mentioned Power going
Power's
down.
going all the way down to -3 because I feel like they know her and they don't like her and the feeling is shared.
Yeah, it's definitely like.
I'm bumping mortality up to 1 because I feel like she's in better with both the Bureau and with Mother Jones.
Okay.
So I feel like mortality would go up to 1.
I can see that.
Then after this, it's kind of like it's either going to stay this way. Doesn't matter. The next game's the last game.
Yeah,
Like,
it's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait a second, though. After this,
I know, our grand finale. But I mean, it maybe decides like kind of what happens to the character in the future, if they have a future, as the case may be.
I mean, as long as Claggett keeps living, she keeps living too.
Yeah, we'll see how that. We'll have to see how that ends up.
Yeah. And I'm not even sure if that'll kill her because it could just be that she's wrong.
Yeah, interesting. I'll let you be the judge of that one. Do you owe any debts to anybody?
I don't feel like she owes anybody any debts, and the only debt that I could think of would be that she didn't snitch out Roman to Mother Jones. She only halfway did it. But I don't think that that's enough to really qualify
Yeah.
as a debt.
Kind of lying by omission, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of the job, I understand.
Yeah.
How about Egantre?
Well, I don't think any faction really goes up or down. Because despite what happened to the Howlers and everything, let's be honest, Egantre doesn't really give a crap.
You are already at, what, -3 with
Yeah,
my-
so they can't go any lower. Would lower power, but then again, he doesn't really give a crap. Besides, needs something about power. Well, from power. From Mr. Field, specifically. So still want to play that edge. As for any depths, already got the depth from Roman because I escaped the situation. 10
Yep.
plus. Not really anyone else. It's kind of ineffectual this round. But, next game.
Ran away with my gun.
Would you like to explode into monster vermin? Why?
Or just get a temporary werewolf boost is what that could also be.
Yeah. I hope
Only
that-
the Vermin Rose does the crazy monster.
I
vermin
hope
thing.
that scene was disgusting enough.
I
Yeah.
think so. No
It was a
worries
good
about
scene.
that.
Good scene. Troma would be proud.
And there'll be plenty more disgusting action in
Yeah.
our final. I think we're gonna
No,
skip
that's
this
a
week.
guarantee. I can
Yeah,
Oh
next
yeah, I've
week
got
it's-
that's a
yeah.
Generation Shadow guarantee.
And it's gonna be gross.
Yes, and that'll be after. We're gonna skip this coming up week, and then next week after that, the final
The
episode
30th.
of this arc. Yes, I'm excited, and that'll be the end of Colton County, West Virginia, 1925.
Maybe not the end of these characters, but the end of this specific.
Yes, we'll keep Generation Shadow going for sure.
That'll
And,
be the end of me as a regular.
I know we're sorry to see that. Hopefully we get some special guest appearances, but we're
Yeah,
very
I'm hoping to
lucky.
occasionally pop in on a one shot or.
Yeah,
just-
special guest in the main game.
Yeah. I'm only moving to San Francisco. It's not that far away.
Yeah.
It's just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 30 degrees cooler though.
That's definitely
Only
nice.
30 degrees cooler.
And that is what will happen in 2 weeks from now for our final episode, the Colton County War.
Colton County War. We will be back in 2 weeks. We are going to take the week off. It will be the Arc 4 finale. So, but in the interim, I mean, there is, if you're local, you can check out Kat next Wednesday. She will be in town, Sacramento, running her own game. It will not be broadcast because you have to show up in person this time. What? But until then, let's just take a couple weeks off. 1 week off, and we'll be back for the finale. But until then, pull up a chair.
And
Make time to tabletop. All right, guys.
Suckers.
See you soon.
Guys.
Night.
See you later. Hopefully this in. Goodbye.